Hello everyone, my name is Heiner Camacho. I'm from Colombia. Currently, I'm a student of the Seoul National University, and here at NSNU, my line of this research took the direction of the climate change supporting. So since 2 years ago, I was starting with this particular interest in the international issues about what is the action that the academic field and research field is taking in order to provide evidence, scientific evidence for decision makers and policy makers. So, so far, my research is evaluating the efficiency of technologies in order to reduce GHG emissions or CO2 emissions, and also to reduce the impact of the CO2 footprint in the industry. My field research is about the real impact of electrical vehicles as a main driver in the country's policies for reducing the GHG emissions. So what I try to state in this research is if it's real, a solution, it's a real solution, if the effect in the GHG emissions is consistent with the proposal from the electrical vehicles industry. So far, it seems like it's not, because electrical vehicles should replace completely internal combustion engine vehicles. So the most important part in this kind of transition of technology, it must be to deal what governments are going to do to incentivize consumers to get rid of internal combustion engine vehicles or fossil fuel vehicles once they get the electrical vehicles. So summarizing is just like these vehicles must be disposed and recycled and no longer be able to transit in the streets. My second research is about how countries with budget restrictions, like developing countries, can implement specific technologies for reducing the GHG emissions from the traffic and transportation field. The point is that the traffic and transportation field is one of the main contributors of GHG emissions in the industry. And this is a very important field for tackle, because cutting down the GHG emissions from the transportation field will reduce around 20-25% of the global GHG emissions in the world. This will be a very good goal if we manage to tackle this, if we manage to achieve this. It will have a very positive impact in the increasing temperature in the world. So the proposal with this research is about implementation of a smart traffic light system in the intersection, because intersections in the cities is the source of the most of the traffic jams. The vehicles, in this case that is analyzed, is fossil fuel based vehicles. So these vehicles consume more under the cruise speed, which is the most efficient speed, and in terms of top speed and less consumption of fuel. So if we manage to create a more steady flow in the speed of the vehicles, we will reduce the stops in the intersections, and thus the vehicles will consume less gasoline or less fuel. This will, of course, reduce the GHG emissions. There are another projects that I'm working on, like sustainable hydrogen production from C-type energy powered plants, and also the current project that I'm proposing here in this contest, which is hydroponic forest-friendly cropping system. And yes, this is so far my expected collaboration in the global climate change issues. Thank you for listening. Bye.